Hi, for today's Tuesday Toolbox, we're going to talk about the concept of developing others. And while some people have great training plans, many times the people that I work with don't have a lot of structure to what they're doing to be able to delegate some things that might take some training. So when we think about developing folks, I like to use the development square that we have here at Giant. And I like to liken it to the fact of most of us have learned to ride a bike and we can resonate with the idea of riding a bike. So at first, if I'm a little kid and I don't know how to ride a bike, I'm watching you ride a bike and I have unconscious incompetence. I don't know what I'm doing, but I watch you ride a bike and I think, well, that looks pretty easy. If you can do it, I can do it too. And then you get me a bike. And if I don't have training wheels on it, I still all of a sudden become very conscious of my incompetence because I can't keep my bike upright. And so as I'm trying to learn to ride my bike, you might put training wheels on it, or you might hold the back of my seat, and then you're whispering in my ear to pedal a little faster so I don't tip over, or don't turn too sharp because I might tip over, or when I stop, put my feet on the ground to hold myself up so I don't tip over. So there are some things that you're teaching me and I'm hearing, but I haven't really mastered that concept. So you keep giving me that opportunity, and you also keep sharing with me the fact that it's going to take practice, but pretty soon you're going to be an awesome bike rider. We could take the training wheels off, or I'm not going to have to hold the back of your seat, and you'll be able to ride your bike without me even watching you. So eventually we get the training wheels off and I'm riding the bike, but I have conscious competence because I keep reminding myself of the things that you told me. I keep saying pedal a little faster so I don't tip over, and put my foot down when I stop at the stop sign so I don't tip over, and all of those things that you've been whispering and sharing. So I'm aware of it, but I have to be really intentional of what I'm doing to remind myself until I have enough practice and I kind of go around that other corner. And now I have unconscious competence, because most of us who have learned to ride a bike, I can get back on a bike even if I haven't been on it 6 months, and I know how to ride a bike without having to remind myself of all those little tips and tricks, because it just comes naturally to me. That's why we say it's sort of like getting on a bike, riding a bike. So if you think about that with regards to work and the things that maybe you have been doing for several years, and you're on that side of the box that has unconscious competence, you don't even remember what it took to learn how to do all of that. If there's someone who's new to the organization and doesn't understand it, it's going to take time and conversation and patience for both sides, for you to help them understand what all of those details are, and for them to become familiar and comfortable with exercising those muscles. So developing someone takes a little bit of intentionality, takes some very disciplined time, whether it's specific or if it's formal or informal. It takes time to make that happen. And so you can reduce a lot of frustration if you realize where they are on that square and what else needs to happen and what encouragement they need to get to that place where they can take over that duty fully. So I encourage you to think about the people that you're working with, new people in your organization who might need to learn some new skills, and how do you use this concept with bringing them up to speed so they can become unconsciously competent with the things that you need from them. So think about that and apply this in the areas where you're trying to develop your people, and I think you'll have great success. Have a great week.